A referee held up a live World Cup match, not for an injury, not for a fight, because Fox hadn't finished its commercials yet. This actually happened. And there's one thing a rival broadcaster did that proves the entire hydration break is a scam. Let's get into it. So let's start with what FIFA actually announced. Every one of the 104 matches at this World Cup gets a mandatory 3-minute stoppage around the 22nd minute of each half. The clock keeps running. The official reason? Player safety. Hydration. Health. Now, here's the thing. These breaks happen no matter what the weather is. Climate-controlled dome? Break mild spring evening? Break, the tournament opener Mexico versus South Africa was played in Mexico City at 23 degrees Celsius. A comfortable night. And at the 24-minute mark inside the Azteca where Pelé and Maradona made history, the game stopped so fans at home could watch a Lowe's home improvement commercial. 23 degrees. No heat risk. Just an ad to sell. And this is where the story gets uncomfortable. Back in March, FIFA made a quiet announcement. Broadcasters would be allowed to sell advertising during these mandatory breaks. FIFA didn't just create a new stoppage. They created a new product. A guaranteed, mandated 3-minute window in the middle of live football twice a half that networks could sell at a premium. The hydration break isn't a health policy. It's a billing policy wearing a lab coat. Fox bought in immediately. Full commercials, every stoppage, every game. But here's the part that blows the cover story apart. Telemundo, Fox's direct competitor, refused to cut away. Not once. They kept cameras on the pitch the whole time. Replays, analysis, tactical huddles. Mexico and the UK did the same. Same rule. Same FIFA mandate. And yet some networks managed to not sell ads during it. Which means every cutaway on Fox was a choice. Not a requirement. A choice. Then Fox got sloppy. FIFA's rules say broadcasters must return from the break 30 seconds before play restarts. Fox came back from commercial 10 seconds after the ball was already moving. They missed live World Cup football to finish an ad. But the flip side is worse, because if Fox overruns, referees wait for Fox. And we know exactly what that costs. Brazil versus Morocco. Morocco had just scored. The momentum was completely theirs. Then the 22-minute whistle blew. The ads ran. 3 minutes later, the game restarted. Brazil equalized soon after. A team's best World Cup moment gone, not to the opponent, to a commercial break. They called it hydration. Here's what makes this genuinely insulting. This is the same FIFA waging war on wasted time. 5-second throw-ins. 10-second substitutions. Goal kick delays get flagged. Tactical goalkeeping timeouts banned. FIFA's head of refereeing barred players from clustering near the bench because it disrupts the flow. They police matches to the second, and then dropped a mandatory 3-minute stoppage into every half on earth. Coaches pulling out laptops. The South Korea manager openly admitted he uses the time for tactical instructions. FIFA banned the tactical timeout, rebuilt it, renamed it, and sold ads against it. Jurgen Klopp said football is being held hostage by executives in air-conditioned offices. He's right. Now, quick devil's advocate. Florida in June feels like 105 degrees. In those games, water breaks are necessary. Full stop. But that actually proves the problem. From 2014 to 2022, breaks existed called at the referee's discretion only when conditions required it. A blanket rule that fires in every dome, every mild evening, at 23 degrees, that's not a heat policy. That's a billing schedule. The weather is the cover story. European journalists are calling this the Americanization of soccer, which is almost funny. Soccer isn't even a top 4 sport on American TV. FIFA found the one sport on earth that doesn't stop, and decided its biggest flaw was not enough room to sell you a truck. The water breaks aren't the scandal. They're the proof. The clearest sign that somewhere along the way, this stopped being about football. Morocco might have won that game against Brazil. We'll never know. The break happened. The momentum died. The ad ran. That's not a water break. That's a product. You just happen to be watching it. Genuine player protection or the most transparent cash grab of the tournament. Drop it below. Subscribe if you want coverage that says the quiet part out loud.